right.
Can you hear the angels singing?
So today's video is about the power of solitude and how to protect your own energy. In solitude, I feel like you can hear God's voice more. Like God can speak to you clearly, more so in solitude than when you're surrounded by big groups of people. Solitude helps you to know yourself, and by knowing yourself, it strengthens your energy. A lot of times, that's why you see people too, they go in nature walks, they go on hikes. That's also forms of solitude, but protecting your own energy and recharging your own energy. Sometimes you just need that time to think for yourself. A lot of times in this world nowadays, people are thinking for us, the choices and the actions that we should be doing, telling us what to. No, only you know the answers to those things. Looking for outside sources to tell you what to do with your life is the quickest way to lose. In solitude, you're not easily influenced by outside opinions, and you don't need that validation because it comes from within. When you're not okay with being by yourself, a lot of times you're going to seek validation from outside sources, which isn't healthy, which leads to bad friendships, relationships, decisions being made, life choices being made, all because you didn't want to be alone.
Stop it. Get some help.
You see how dangerous that can be? And oftentimes it ends up in abusive relationships when you're not paying attention. And I'm not saying to solely just be in solitude all the time, because as humans we do need connections, but you do learn the difference between what's healthy for you and what's toxic for you. You can easily pinpoint, oh, this is not for me, because if this is my peace by myself, if I found this peace in my solitude, anything that's coming in should also bring that peace that I give to myself. If it's bringing toxicity and negativity to me and I bring myself peace, it doesn't need to be with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you're not enhancing the experience that I already have with myself, you're taking away from it, and you don't need that. You don't need that. Solitude is very different from loneliness. It's about intentionally spending time with yourself, intentionally taking the time out to be with yourself, to learn yourself, to heal yourself. You're intentionally going within so that you can hear your higher source, so that you can hear God talk to you and help you with these resolutions. If you feel distracted, if you feel lost, if you feel confused, 10 times out of 10, you're being called to go into solitude, to hear, to think clearly, to not be surrounded by distraction. This benefits you in clarity, creativity, self-awareness. You're building your skills in your solitude. You learn who you are, so that if anybody else tries to come in and tell you any different, you're like, nah, that's not me. And I know that's not me because I sat with myself to know, oh, this does not align with me. This does not resonate with me. And then from that standpoint, you can choose your friendships, your relationships, your choices better, because you know within what's truly for you and what's not. How you start your solitude journey is by realizing that you deserve better.
Free your mind.
When you realize that you can't go to your closest friendships, relationships, coping mechanisms, habits, they're just not working for you, 10 times out of 10 it's calling you to go into solitude journey, to heal yourself, to really get to know yourself better and build better branches of branches of contentment within yourself, so that when you go out into the world, you know what you're looking for, you know what you require. And I know this can be a little bit uncomfortable sometimes. It could be a little bit scary. You're overthinking it, especially when you're called to go do things by yourself. That's the biggest challenge that I feel like I had to overcome. But that proves more so my point of why you need to do certain things by yourself. If you constantly feel like you need an extra body, and it's good, don't get me wrong, it is good to have people with you sometimes when you go do these things, but if you literally cannot go do things by yourself, you need that extra body, that's a problem. You need to learn how to do certain things by yourself, you know? And this is your journey. If you're waiting for somebody constantly, then you're not living your life. And you can start off by going to the movies by yourself, go for a walk in the park by yourself, read a book in public, do the exposure therapy necessary to understand where your strengths and your weaknesses lie and what you need to work on. You take the fear out of it once you're doing that thing already. This is also the quickest way to help you learn how to set boundaries, because you know, oh no, I'm not giving up my peace for this. It helps you learn quickly what to cut off and what to bring into your life, and there's no confusion about it, because in my solitude, I don't treat myself like that. I don't bring that overthinking and that negativity to me, so why would I allow somebody to bring that into my life willingly? No.
Stupid, I'm not gonna let you get the chance.
It's another way of protecting yourself. Prime example, have you ever gone out somewhere and after you just feel completely drained, 10 times out of 10 you need to go into solitude and recharge yourself? Energy vampires seek out people who don't like being by themselves. The quickest way to know if your energy is being drained is, how do you feel after you leave certain environments, certain situations, certain people? If you feel energized, if you feel recharged, you're around the right people. If you feel drained, like you have to go in a hole for a week, that answers your question. You got to cut them off, that situation, that thing, that place, that habit. You got to cut it off. If it's not bringing you life, it's killing you.
She ate that up. She ate that.
That's a bar right there. Hold on. And again, this can be challenging for people that have always been in big groups and go to. I'm not saying if you have those, I'm not saying shut everybody out of your life, especially if you have supportive people in your life. I'm not saying shut everybody out. That's not the goal of this video at all. If you have that support system, honor that support system, bring them in. But you need to learn how to do certain things by yourself. You need to know who you are so that you can attract like people, or you can retract people that aren't like that. But the main message here is learning how to trust your intuition, learning how to trust that you can do certain things by yourself and not need outside opinions or sources to feel validated. You validate yourself. In that validation, it breeds creativity, uniqueness, authenticity. It breeds all of those things. When you know who you are deeply, nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody can sway your thought process, your habits, your thinking, nothing, because you know who you are.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
You know what you deserve, you know what you want. It's clear in your mind already. And you're not afraid to lose people that aren't good for you because you're okay with being by yourself. It's way easier to cut off a toxic person, a thing, a place, once you know that you deserve better. Because in your solitude, you would never treat yourself like that. So why are you allowing somebody else to come into your life and mess up the peace that you've curated for yourself? I challenge you to go out and get ice cream by yourself, or hot chocolate because it's cold. Go get you a hot chocolate by yourself, or a hot coffee or something. I challenge you. And you'll notice that these feelings of uncomfort or anxiety may come up at first, but it's because you're doing something new and you deserve to do things for yourself. Don't be scared when you're putting yourself first. Do that scary thing. And it's going to be scary, especially if you've never done it before, but that's even more the reason why you need to go do it. Learn how to do things by yourself so that you're not holding yourself back from opportunities and chances that can only be granted when you go after what you want. If you're constantly waiting for an extra body, an extra person, you're forever going to be left behind. Because not everybody's meant to do the things that you're meant to do on your journey solo by yourself. Also, when you do certain things by yourself, you learn so much more about not only yourself but the world, and then you can bring these things to the people that you love and to the world because you went out and found it for yourself. You can expose people to the things that you found simply because you chose to do it by yourself. If you're constantly waiting for somebody's approval, somebody's opinion, you're going to be waiting forever. Enjoy your life. It's too short. Go do that thing by yourself if you need to. Enjoy your life. I'm going to go now. It's freezing. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I hope you like the views. Yeah, that view is priceless. I'm gonna try, with each video, I'm gonna try and go to a new location. As long as it's not too cold outside, I'm gonna try and go to a new location each video. But can you feel that? Can you feel our community growing? Can you feel our community building? Can you feel that?
Can you hear the angels singing masterpiece? Every day with you is heavenly.